I've generated over 500 million views, built a following of 1.3 million across all platforms, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to edit faster while making your barber videos more engaging so you can grow your barber brand without spending all day stuck behind a screen. First, I'll show you the specific editing techniques, then I'll break down the exact system I use to edit high-performing videos. Let's get into it. So first technique is called removing dead space, right? So with this, you're going to be clipping and deleting any pauses or unusable or empty segments, things that we can't use. And this is one of the big components of filmmaking and creating content, is that you actually record a lot of content. So filmmakers, I've studied heaps of filmmaking courses, and what they do is they record 10 hours of content, but they only use like 10 minutes. So it's literally a 10-to-1 ratio. So this is where you're going to be understanding like where you're going to be finding the eye on like what content is best and what you should keep. So you're going to be clipping things that you don't need. Next is keyframe zooming. When you're keyframing, you're controlling where the zoom begins and then ends for a smooth zoom in out effect. This, you're just literally creating keyframes so then you can show where you want that frame to end and where you want it to go, okay? Next is editing to the beat. You're trimming and syncing your cuts and transitions with the rhythm of the music. This is where you're listening to the snare, and the snare is basically when the beat is the BPM. So it's like boom, boom, boom. So that's the beat, and you want to edit to the beat because a lot of barbers, they think that the audio and the visual is different. So finding trending music now, sometimes like finding music takes a long time. So when you want to find trending sounds, I got a quick little tip. When you go over to your settings and you're going to find trending audio, click on trending audio and you'll be able to see it there. If you can't find it, what you're going to do is you just scroll on your feed until you see like an arrow. You're going to see like a little arrow like this. And whenever you see that audio track, click on that and you'll be able to see the ranking from the audio number 1 to all the way the ranking all the way down. And you want to catch the trending audio that has under 10K uses, because when it's under 10K and it's trending, that means that audio is going to blow up soon. Last one is match cutting. So what is a match cut? It's matching two visuals or actions by aligning the clip with the previous clip. Let's say you have clip 1, and that clip 1, you're going to match that with the next clip. So then when it transitions, it matches the previous, so making it seem like each time it transitions, it like syncs into one clip. So this is a very sick effect, very engaging as well. So now I'm going to teach you how to edit 3.5 times faster through these 3 tips. First one is called time blocking. You have to assign times and slots for purposeful editing so you can minimize distractions and increase focus. So what I like to go through when I edit videos is I go through 45 to 90 minute undistracted sessions. And this is great because it allows you to think, okay, how much time do I want to dedicate to growing my content? And you can dedicate, like, let's say, okay, each hour, I'm going to dedicate 1 hour every single day, or maybe 2 hours every single day to undistracted editing. This is how you get good at editing. You make sure that you select times for it, and when you click that time, you are only editing within that time frame. Okay. Next is keyboard shortcuts. With keyboard shortcuts, you perform repetitive tasks more quickly with just one shortcut. For example, like a 5-step action turns into a 1-step process. So some keyboard shortcuts that I like to use is I use S for split. So I split the thing just with S, and W for delete. See, I can just split something, boom, and then delete. Then E will delete everything on the right. So it will delete everything from the right onwards. See, like that. See, like this, E, it deletes everything there. And then Q is basically deleting everything from left onwards. So boom. Just like that, you're able to make cuts with just one button instead of pressing and then clicking. It's a lot faster, okay? Now, my third tip is using a structured editing process. See, having a clear and systematic sequence for workflow management in editing. So what I mean by this is that you break down into specific stages and focus on one aspect of editing at a time. This allows you to have consistency across all projects because you follow the same structure. So what do I mean by this? And let's go through it, right? These are the stages of editing a full video. The first stage is you're going through the sifting process. So think of sifting as in like, you know, when you have a sift and you put flour through it, and when you shake it, it takes all the fine grape bits and then it clumps all the top bits, so then all that stuff, all the whack stuff doesn't go through. In this, you're thinking deleting big dead spaces and unusable segments. The next step is once you've done that, you're going to batch all the clips together and into categories. So when you do it into categories, like what you realize when you're recording is that sometimes you get different, like the same clips. So you will batch everything, a similar clip together, meaning that you're like reordering. And when you're reordering, you're looking for the strongest clip, meaning like your hook, the best part of your video, and you're gonna place that at the start as your hook. After the third stage is you're gonna add music. You search for your trending music that fits the vibe of the client, add it in, and then during your second sifting process, you're going to be ruthlessly editing big dead spaces. Meaning that like any little parts that you see, anything where you're like, damn, like, nah, this is not it. You have to be ruthlessly taking out these like unusable or like even hesitations in your clips. You take them out. The more you remove, the shorter, the more it accommodates to monkey brains, right? It's not about how much you can put in there. It's about how much you can remove and keep all the gold in there. Now, the next one is framing. Once you've done all this, you're going to frame and make sure that everything fits within your frame and like position each clip so then all the action is in the center. During this, you can keyframe, making zoom in and out. And then the final step is just final touches. And during these final touches, you're going to re-watch it. And what you're going to do is you're going to switch your mind into a consumer mind. And you're going to watch. And you're going to think to yourself, okay, I'm a guy that is just doom scrolling. And I don't know who I am. I don't know who this guy is, but I'm just a doom scroller. And you got to think, at what point would that person scroll off? And when you see that point, you will make changes. Through that step alone, you'll be able to accommodate and train your muscle to make content that will accommodate to the market, okay? Then detailing, finalizing, ready it for post. Just like that, we have an ordered structure to edit our videos in a way where we know where we're at, and it gives you clear, systemized steps to do so that you don't get lost and you can have that consistency in your stages across all your editing, your projects. Now, what is a hook? When I talked about placing the strongest clip at the start, what do I mean by this? For showcases, you're gonna put the best quality showcase or a client, the confidence at the start. For action reels, you're gonna have the most hair falling off, the most satisfying, the strongest clip at the start. With voiceovers, you're going to take the biggest pain point or the best solution or like a really great desired situation and put that at the start. With consultations, you're going to have the most interesting, like controversial, maybe emotional, maybe funny things said at the start. Through all our clips, when editing, you have to find the highlight and you literally rank them. That's why batching your content is important. And each one of these like steps and stages of editing is super important. And this, like within 6 steps, you've edited a video. People go through way too many. They bounce between boom, 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 boom. They don't have a structure, right? Don't overcomplicate it. Get it done. For so many barbers, social media feels like a never-ending grind. Learning how to film, edit, post, and constantly guessing what works, only to feel like it's not really bringing in new clients or real results. And I get it, it feels like a full-time job after your full-time job as a barber. But when you use it the right way, it stops being stressful and starts actually working for you. Social media isn't just for the sake of posting for the sake of posting. It's actually about showing your skills, building trust with your audience, and creating a consistent flow of new clients without wasting hours trying to figure out the algorithms or trends that just come and go. That's exactly why I put together a free presentation where I break all of this down step by step, even give you the free tools to help you get started. Just click the link in the description below and hey, it's free. And if you got any value from this, drop a like, comment what you thought, and subscribe for more because I drop free sauce all the time. And I'll see you in that free presentation below.